So we begin this video with this cigarette with no butt end. Why have the butt end? The two rib cages from Adam to Eve are connected together. It's a continuous flow within between the center. We need no ass when it's going in one mouth and out the other end. We feed continuously. The plugs on our internet sources and our computer, CPU board, the cup and the puck, all the same word, all the same letters. Does anybody want to see where the delta angle is? Look, when this gets opened up, this will end up to be a B on the bottom side. Okay, this will be a B, right? Secondly, this is your delta angle. This one over here. You see the one with the point? This is the flat side of D to the one side. This is the flat side to the other side. This is a piece of firewood. Now the question is I'm asking myself the question, just because they say West End, what does it mean, the West End? West and East are all in one word. When you're going west, the part that's looking west is looking from the east towards the west. If you turn around, your back is towards the west, your front is towards the east. Here's your round, and here's your round. There is no point. There's no point because what we would have in here is, you see this delta angle I put over here? I call this the delta angle, the point. What this point is actually doing is, if this would be a strap on a machine, it would go all the way around the roller, come all the way back on this side. See this distance over here of this pen? Let's say it's 3 inches. I have to go 3 inches total. How much strap do I need? 5, 6, 8? Depending on the size of the roller, depending on the size of the jets and sprockets, would tell me that I need the strap to go around. To go around this distance. Let me do this. See the strap? This distance. I have my 2 rollers over here. I need to make the strap go around this roller and all the way around to this roller. That would be more than 3 inches. That's 1 1/4 times, depending on the size of the sprocket. So obviously, when I go to 288 and I go 1.25, it's because of the size of the sprockets that extend the distance between one side and the other. I have the ones in the back that roll the one in the front. They go at the same speed. They have the same reading. When this is turning this way, at the same time, something's coming in this way. More than one world. Continuous, we have something going in this way, and we have it turning this way at the same time, getting the reading all around. So I showed you that thing on the delta angle right now. I showed you the size of the straps, and the reason I come out and tell you what seems as part of a story is actually more of a story. But because I'm not telling you other than what I see, you are the one that says, oh yes, no good for me. And another guy comes and goes, yes, I knew I was missing something. Somebody just starting out in the business that never really thought about it that way, but they all do. I need 1.25. 144. 144 multiplied by 16 equals to 2304, 2364, 49. But I wasn't looking for that number. I'm going to keep doing this. 2016 divided by 144. You think there's an answer to this? 12 by 12? 6 days a week. 6 days is 144 hours. Because the other 24, that's for God. That's the cat in the hat. He's delivering all the time, and he takes 24 hours for the final day because he divides it up into every day of every second. So now I have to figure out how many days of how many seconds there are in a week, understand the difference of the weekend because we rest on the 7th day, knowing that we go to work on 5 days and everybody says, yoo-hoo, here comes the weekend. It's a weekend because it relinks. It doesn't go Saturday, Sunday. It goes Saturday, I link to Sunday, I end in 7, you begin in 1. Let's get on to the piano. 7 and 8 come together. Right? I mean, God made us on the 6th day, and those 6 days are gone. If it took that amount of time for him to make us, we have to relink to ourselves. That piece will always be overlapped. Those 6 days are always going to overlap the 7th day. Makes your 168 memory connect. 144, ABAB, 2112. So now we're going to go 2016 divided by 144 equals to 14. "14 says 1 is the light, and 4 is the DC power." 14 off of 1 cube. You can go to 16, but then it's a sweet 16 because you have lit up all the candles. But 17, 18, 19 is actually only telling you, I am born, I am in the heaven, and my passage is the gateway of the light, 6 and 1. Equaling to 0, 1, 61 equaling to 7, and 6, 6 equaling to 3. I am within the wings of the cube. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. 7 plus 3 is the understanding that it's F and G, which is now A again because it's the piano. You need a tail to the 6, so they give it a G. They show you how the dot comes out of the tail. The American stars on their flag, and I use that because people can see it a little easier because everybody seems to see their flag. Anyways, I have to take my hat off because they're singing the national anthem. I mean, what do? Take your hat off because they're singing the national anthem? So I should remove my brains because the cat is in the hat and I should show them everything. Take my hat off, the cat in the hat. Now I'm exposing every single secret because I took off my hat. C'est tourne pas en rond. So when we go to number 16, remember, even though we have 2 cubes, the minute we go to 20-something, the maximum we can go to is 26. But if we have 2 cubes, can we go any higher than the 2, 6? And the better understanding is if we can go any higher is if you see this number over here, and I don't even have to look, I can tell you that whatever that number is over there, the other side will equal to 14. So whatever you see here, or I'm going to do it like this, okay? Close my eyes. You see my eyes closed? You see this side over here? You see this side, these two, whatever it is? Look, my eyes are closed, right? This side over here and this side over here, right? We'll mix them up again. We'll do it even quicker. Count the sides. Count. These equals to 14. These two here, these two here. Those two and those two have to equal to 14. And I'm going to keep turning it and tell me when to stop. Because no matter where I stop, it's still going to equal to 14. 7 and 7. 3 and 4 is 7. 3 and 4 is 7. 77, 77. How do I do it? I don't do it. It's already been done. I just know what it is. By heart. Because it's in my heart. Ta-toom. Ta-toom. My heart is beating faster because I'm thinking a little bit more, and I'm a little bit worried because I can actually collect memory. And think about what I'm collecting. Oh my God, there was somebody in the forest. Am I supposed to be nervous or am I going to be strong? But I don't want to hurt anybody. So we're thinking and we're thinking within ourselves. And we're shooting the information back and forth. And our blood pressure is going up and our blood pressure is going down. And our blood pressure is going up and our blood pressure is going down. So we're thinking and we're keeping a beat because it's within the beat, okay, and the strut that keeps your composure and balance. Tarzan rat in the stars. Batman hanging up the tab, 2112. Batman, T-A-T, 2112. B-A-T, B is 2, A is 1, T is 20, 2012. Should I say anything more than DC Comics, 2012? Plus 3 and 4 for DC Comics? I can show you one more thing if you want. Here, do you want to see 2012? Here, 25,900, 25,000, 25,926 divided by the number of man, boom, equals 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10, 4 and 3 equals 7, 3 and 2 equals 5, 1 and 2 equals 3, 3, 5, 7. 300, 3, 5, 7, 375, because this one has to go to the end and this one has to be in the end, and the 7 is the gateway. The letter U and the letter E come together, EU. E, 65, U, 21, 75, 85, 86. 5 equals 42 equals 6, 3 equals 56 equals 2, 2 and 6. Now the question is, from 375 times 16 times 24, what would that be? 90, creation. 375, whoop. 375. Okay, see the way I skipped over the 5? I went to 7 back to the 5 again, right? 375 times 4 equals to 60. Times 24 equals to 1440. 1440. Now we take 1440 and we multiply it by 1. I'm going to do 1.4 so I don't have all the zeros. And it'll equal to 2016. Because it's perfect, the numbers. You can't make a mistake. If you decide that I'm talking about 2016 as the year we're in, well, that's in your mind. Get rid of it. It's just 2016. It's just showing you 144 hours, which is 6 days a week equivalent if you want to look at it that way. Plus the 24 hours that God rests and you stay with him because we're locked up in the ring. We're all in the ring on the 7th day, locked up and going around because that belt may be only 2 feet long, but we need 5 feet to run her. And if we only touch the belt this way to this way, how do we connect the belt together? Well, we do this, right? But then she ran uneven. So we take a part of the belt. We take a part of the belt, and this is what we do. We take this belt and we put it here. And we take this belt and we put it here. And then we take this belt and we put it here. But we have a problem. Would you like to see the problem? The problem is right here. There's a space. There's an even space, and it's not good, so we can't do it that way. What we must do to the space, okay, is we have to do this. Watch, I'm gonna try and do it in one shot if I could. I'm gonna try and do it if I could. I'm gonna really try. I'm gonna do, but what the result is a little bit different. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Watch, and then we do this, and then we make this. Okay, then we make this. By making this, okay, by making that like that, right, and then we put it over it. Okay, now we can lock them together. We can lock them together, right? In between each other. We wouldn't even need this. But to make it look good, now the pressure will not make any separation. And you'll have a piece of everything. It's like growing back. It's like, I mean, we can use it for a lot of things. If we want to grow back cobwebs, and it's like that, you always need it to sort of go this way and this way and this way. Well, that's the DNA strand, how they match them together. All they really do to match them together is they take 2 separate things, right? And they do this, like that, right? Since skin redoes itself, so what we're going to do to the skin that redoes itself is we're going to do this. And, whoop, sorry. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to do that. And then we're going to have that. Well, they didn't come out, these pieces. Hold on. I'm not doing it good. Doesn't look good. I need to do it on the computer. Now we have this. But the thing is, look. It's all diamonds. I need something to go in between there that exactly matches these pieces to put them together to feel like they've never left there apart. Why? Because they graft within. And they align till they're finished grafting, till one looks like the other in a perfect replica. And now it's one again. So we go around. Another thing I want to know, don't forget about these dice. 17, 18, 19, the French say it. Inside a 10 and inside a 20, which represents 80 and 90, inside choose a number between 80 and 99, and I will show you how it links, okay? 80 plus any number will always say any number in the 90s, because in order to say 90 in French, you must say 80. And the word is 80. The cat is the 20. Why is the cat the 20? Why is the 420? Because that's what 420 is. It's because he's all the corners. You cut the corner, it looks like the number 4. So the cat's always standing on his legs. He's always pulling back. Well, most animals really anyways, but more the cat than anybody else. So you say 80, you're actually saying 4 times 20. So right away, 20 is in 4 worlds. You can't go 4 by 3, because if you go 4 by 3, 12, you're automatically reconnecting yourself to the beginning again. 12 is 1 and 2. Now, where is it 1 and 2? It's 1 and 2 inside 8 and 9. It's not 1 and 2 inside 10 and 11 or 11 and 12. It sews itself together. When you say 11, you're actually just saying 1 and 1. Then you're saying 1 and 2. Then you're saying 1 and 3, because the 3 is just like the 1. It's in the center of the 2. And then you're saying 1 and 4, and it's just like the 2, just on 2 sides. It's been mirrored and duplicated. And then you're 1, 5, which is just 1 in between 2 and 2. And then you're 1, 6. Now you're 2 and 4. Now what is 1, 2, 6? That is the spindle. That is when these 3 and these 3 are separated from each other. See this one in the center? There is nothing there. It's almost as if saying the number 4 is not really this number 4. It's an empty piece. It's a nothing. It's a 0, never was, never could be. All it is somebody taking a little thread and threading it in the hole and pulling it out this side. And I'm going, I got it. And the guy on the other side, he says, hey man, pass me the number. He says, we're going to tie this one in this corner over to. And he says, he's got it. And on the other side of this cube over here, he looks up and he goes, yeah man, you're coming in. Abba, Ima, Abba, Ima, Abba, Ima. Andre, Iba, Iba. And they tie up the 3rd and the 4th corner. All these 4 corners are now tied up. The 4 corners are tied up on here. And the 4 corners are tied up on this cube. And it's suspended right now in the air. They're pulling it this way, this way, this way, and this way. Every other way is to begin spreading the light between 2 sides. You see the way 6 spreads to the left, spreads to the right? Or is it the 3 that's delivering within and reflecting the light into the centers of both sides? Because the 1 and 1, you see the 3 and 1? That 1 goes right through 6. The 2 different lights, the 3 light and the 1 light. That'll give you the daylight. 25. That's the jack hookup. The words I choose, saying jack, I only say jack because J-A-C-K equals to 25. Same as Y and Y. Y 25, Y 27 after Z, after you sleep. Jack, J-A-C-K, 101. Any Jaja is 101. CK is 3 and 2. 3 would be the 3 ball, and the 2 ball would be the 11. 11 is 1 and 1 is 2. KC, Kansas City. The red sun survives in Kansas City. Let me do this one more time. What happens? We needed CK inside of Jack. We had 101, which is 10, which is 16, which is 161, which is the light. Then we get to the 3. The 3 is 0, 3 equals to the light of 9. Then we get to the K, and the K says 1 and 1 is 2. I know when I play pool, the 3 ball is red and the 11 ball is red. 1 and 1 is 2. The two sides of the stripes came together to say 1 and 1 is 2. We have 3 and 2. We have the B creation. CB codes. Did you see me take another puff of Mary Jane? I don't need no more for a couple of hours. Just one puff. Door's already open. I already believe. Can't close on me. I can only just not. Anyways, let me go on to this. So now we have 3 and 2, the red ball. 3 and 2. 3 and 2 is 5, right? But I just spoke 2 minutes ago. I said 3 and 11 is 14. 3 and 11 is 14, but 3 and 2 is 5. 0, 5, 65 equals 211. The 11th letter is the K. The 14th letter is the N. It's the beginning of the word. Call it the nav. And it comes from the jack, which is the same thing for nav in my passage board. CPU. So then we have the red ball and pull. Artificial intelligence came in at 1 and 9, connecting two sides. 2 and 10, which is some kind of a gas or an electrical thing, because I just came from Miller. Mill, 1,000. 1,000 hours. Miller, 1,000 hours. There's a place I bought some electrical supplies like Hobart. I saw some, what you call as drill bits, and they were showing sizes. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they were showing, but they were showing sizes. And the size of a 1/16th, whatever it was, do you know what the size of a 1/16th is? 1/16th. See that 2/16? A 1/16th of one thing equals to 0.625, which is 141. 1 part of 41. You see, when I say 141, our man's birth is 1 for 1, 1 for and 1. In reality, depending which group is speaking, because of the way they understand each other, they go, oh man, 1 for 1, yeah. The other group would say 141. And then the other group would say it is a 1/6 size. And the other guy would say, yes, it's a 6 size. We would all leave out one letter more, a little heavier on different letters, the way we write them. We talk so differently. As broken telephone is led on, from the beginning of time to the end of time, no one understands each other anymore. And we even get separated more and more by inviting other people from different countries to mingle with the country, so nobody understands each other anymore. Changing it over time, we all get mixed up. It's hard to make friends anymore. 1626. 2016. Do you see the number? How did I do that? I got to wind it down. I forgot to say that. The number 216 that I'm always working on, 216, is also 2016. So that 9 days of the Mayan, okay, that 9 days of the Mayan is 216 hours. 2016. That's this year. When this year ends, right, we are beginning the minus. We have finished. If you have finished every piece of the cake, right, and the next day a cake shows up but you haven't touched it yet, you might say cake number 2, right? But you haven't eaten all the cake number 2, but you don't. Because if you did, the minute this year ends, it's 2016 ended. Next year we start 2017. 2017 1 day, 2017 2 days. No, that's not the way it is. Because I say so? Just because I say so? Who am I? What am I saying? Oh, so? So is half. Put things together because they're in half. You want to so? The yes letter actually connects all your numbers. That's right. Here on the calculator. Where's my calculator? Well, I don't know where it is now. I must have lost it on my desk somewhere. So listen to this. So now I'm in the same store. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 is 625. When I went over and saw the drill bit, that was 1/8. That was amazing. It was 1/8. And do you know what the size was? 1.25. All I had to do was get from one level of 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, and it was 1/8. And to get to double of the reality of the 1/8 is to go to 1/16, right? It wasn't multiplied by 2. It was multiplied by 5. It was 1.25. I wish I can find it in these papers. I wish only means to go and search, and once you find it, it was like magic. You got from the beginning where you thought, you forgot about everything in between, you say, look, I found it. Well, I found it quick. I'm a lucky guy, eh? Because you looked for it. You were ready for it. You were prepared. You had something in your mind. You had a goal, and you wanted to get that goal not because of the speed, because in the honor of the finds. Oh my God, there's tons of numbers in here. Help, help. You think I'm kidding with you? Kelp, kelp. Now I'm saying kelp inside my help. And hold on, the psychiatrist says, remember, the next thing you say is the reality of who you are. So I'm thinking of kelp. Does that mean we have to go under the oceans to get to our memory so it sits in a salty bank, nourishing our memories constantly under the oceans, only so we can reflect in these bodies on top and not be such a fish? Don't forget, how many times did they say the fishermen, the fishermen, the fishermen? If, IF, 9 and 6. SH, 5, 4. Do I have to draw it for you? Of course I'm going to draw it if you don't see it. Of course, of course. What am I doing this for? This is for my own entertainment. I'm enjoying it. Fish bones, the antenna. I forgot. 2016, 144 times 1.25. Let's think and look at this together. I don't remember what I was told. Oh yes. FISH, right? We have to say fish, bird, and cat because the cat gets the bird gets the fish, cat eats the bird that ate the fish, so the cat's healthier than anybody, right? You know birds have no nipples, right? Birds have no nipples. 9986, 9968, 1331, 1331, 44, 1331, 75, 1331, 13, 57, 75, 75 and 31, okay? 75 and 31. I think we already had the 31 in here. 75 and 13, 88, 31, 119. We got the cat, this, 9, 6. But you see the SH? We're going to make a small SH. Here's the H, and here's the S. Right? This one becomes the foxhole. We turned it upside down. Look at that. It became an 8 and turned into a 4, but the 5 remained the same. From an 8 to a 4, from a big 8 to a small, from a big 8 to a number 4. And when you look at it this way, the reality is once it gets circled, once this gets circled, you see the bottom over here gets circled, this now looks like a 6 and becomes 56. We have to know why it gets circled. How one thing changes from another. One thing changes from another because it comes in from the beginning of the tube and it goes out the end of a tube. So when it comes in, it's going around and around and around. And once it's 4, the seat is now sitting on the round and it's going round and round. Well, it looks like the 6, which is the passage of 5 from one end to the other one. The 6 and the 9, 9 and 6, 5 and 4, 9, 6. This becomes the IT, the fish in the hook. This is how we're hooked up with the IT, something to do, a fish in the mind, a fish in the toilet, a fish in the toilet drain. 19 and 8 is 27 red. 27, since there are 2 fish, 4 fishermen, 54, 54 is your 108. 108 becomes 168, because God said on 144 days. 144 times 14 equals times 14. 1 will get 6, and 4 will get 3, and that'll be your 9 birth, and this will recreate everything. 18, 9, 27, 27, 63 equals to your 90. If I went 36 and 27, I equal to 63. If I do it the other way, equal to 90 gets to 96. Do you want to see why? 3 times 6 is 18. Is that correct? 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 and 18 is 27. Plus 36 is 63. 63 plus the same 27 equals to 90. 90 becomes 96. You know why you become 96? Because you're here and you're here. It's 93 and 93. Creation above creation. 3 and 4, 7. 3 and 6, 9. 7 and 9. You play from the lower level, you're both red. You play from number 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, which is the red sun. 144. The Mayans have 2 sessions of this. 288. 288. 288. 288 times 7 equals to 2016. 288 by the 7th gate equals to 2016. It becomes 26. Becomes 26, 16. I'm not sure which number to divide it by, but it equals 436. Did you see what I did before? Times 6 equals 26, 16. Divided by 6. Divided by 6 equals to 436. We connected the threads to 1, 2, to all 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? But how did we connect them? Because there's only 2 here. There's 5 on this side. Where did the other 2 get connected? You follow what I'm saying? Where the strings go? How do they go into here? I don't know the way this formation works, or it may work inside of here as a gear. The gear is either doing this way, you see the 1, or this way. It's either 5-2 or 1-6. Okay, 5-2 or 1-6. Look, 1 time, 2 times. It's either here or here, and you've done everything. You want to see why? You remember the numbers? 1 and 5, all you did with the switch? Count. 1, 5, 6, 2. 14. The other side is 3 and 4. So all you have to do, so once you switch it, right? You see the back? See the 6, the way it went from one side? Do you see the back 3? That's all you're looking. 45-degree angle, 90. 45-degree angle, 90. 45. So that's what happens. The 3 is in the center, going north and south in the 258 position, and then the 3 is on the right side going to 357 position. In low shoe, it's 951, and in low shoe, it's 25 and 8. 951, 258. 951 up. 951 up instead of 258 up. And then this one over here is 258. This position over here, this 3 position. So you remember what I told you with the sizes with the drill, right? It was incredible. 1.25 and the other one was 6.25. All I went is from 1/8 to a 16th. Well, I know that's twice as small. Would it not? Is 1/8 not twice as small? Or the numbers is doubled. You take 16 times one way and 8 the other way, but in decimal points it was 1.25. It had to be multiplied by 5. So now I have to understand the way that metric system works. 625 for a 1/16 and 125 for a 1/8. So that would mean so it would take 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 in order to get to 1/16. So I have to take 16 divided by 5 divided by 5 divided by 5/3 divided by 5/4 equals. Bingo! Look at that. Let's do this together because it would be more fun if we both saw the same answer, right? I'm going to take 16. No, this is what I'm going to do first. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals 625. Okay, no 3, 4, no DC. Now watch this. 16, because I told you it was a 16th. I don't have to put 1 in 1/16. I don't need to do that. I'm just putting a 16th. I don't care about the 1. I know it's the 1. I just want to know the difference. It's just like in Celsius and Fahrenheit. They tell you it's 32. So you don't need to know about 32 because it's 32 for everyone. 16 divided by 5 once, divided by 5 twice, divided by 5 3 times, divided by 5 4 times equals to 256 memory. Not 625 anymore, but 256 is two aleph, two f's, f and f, f and f. 0 and 0 is 6, 6. It'd be 6, 6, 2, 6, 5, 6. And at the same time, 40, right, which is 80, is because 80 is 2 parts of 40. So take away 40 from that, you have 216 again. Isn't that crazy? Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the 1/8. Now, how do I do 1/8? How do I do an eighth? I don't know how to do an eighth. So what I'm going to do is do an 18. Okay? 18. The one drill that you see smaller in one world is not like that in my world because I have to make it perfect. So instead of saying 1/8, how do I do 1/8? 1 part of what? Or do I make something up and divide it by 8? So what I can do is make something up and just put 8. Divided by, I have to do it 3 times. Divided by 5 once, divided by 5 twice, divided by 5 3 times, and the answer is 64. 8 by 8 is 64, and that's how you make up the 1/8 one versus the one that is 1/16. Now I'm going to show you the 18 divided by 5, divided by 5, what? 18 or 1/8. Remember before it was 16? I'm going to put 16, but here I couldn't do it, so I have to put 18. Divided by 5, divided by 5, divided by 5 equals 144. Bingo! We now have a Mayan week. God takes his rest on the last 24 hours. The 610, 0 is because it's both sides. Do you see the way they show it like this? Right? I'm trying to think, is it all the numbers or just 2 sets of numbers? I believe it's 2 sets of numbers, or the in-between numbers, and that's why it's showing 0. I have to understand that a little bit more, the 0, you know, in between the numbers. So now we have the 144, and that was from 18. If I multiply this, right, by 14 by its own number, I get 2016. Man's birth, 414. We were talking about 10 and 20 and 1 and 2, and I was speaking in French that the 80 and 90 are using the same numbers to make them up, although they add a 10, and in the word 10. The word 10, when you add a 10 into the 80s and 90s, okay, because they say 80 and then they say 10. Well, when you do that, what happens, I'm just trying to think what was in my mind, is that when you say 10, it's 7 and 3, 10. And 7 and 3, 10 make up for the wings of Aleph, the 3, 5, 7. Once you have 1 and 2, you make up 3. Once you have 1 and 6, you make up 7. You connected this to this to this to this. All you're left with is 8 and 9, and that's your piano. But there was something else involved in it. Hold on a second. Give me a second. Hold on a second. We did the 18. Oh, yes, the 80 and 90. Yes, when I say 80 and then I say 90, well, that's the birth. But I say it at 17, 18, 19. 96. When I say 96, I'm saying one word for 2 numbers. In the French language, from 10, 11, from 1 all the way up to 16, it's all 1. There's 2 sides to it. It's either 1 or 2. Here's the way it goes, okay? When I say 16, it's size. Okay, we don't go 16. We go one word, size. There is no T-E-E-N. Okay, so the numbers from 1 all the way to 16 are all one set, just like the pool balls. But after that, at 17, 18, and 19, it says 10, 7, 10, 8, and 10, 9. So it's adding life to it. 10, 7, 7 and 3, 10, 8, 2 and 8, 10, 9, 9 and 1. It's now had a lock on the worlds. 7 and 3, 9 and 1, 5 and 8. You just created a star. That's why. So when 1 gets 9, automatically 2 gets 8, 3 gets 7, because 1 and 2 is 3. The equal of what it is. Your first wing is 3 and 7. It's in Aleph and it's part of Nibiru. It's the cube. You get a mind. You get the cube. You get the qubit. Keep it. So at the same time, when you get to 40, okay, they're saying 60. And the 60 is an accumulation. It's not saying like 80, but 70 and 60. Okay, 70 is 70. 60 is 60. So they're locked together automatically. 6 is automatically locked to 7. 3 is locked to 1 and 2. The opposite of 3 is 7. So now 7 locks to 3, to 6 and 7. And all you're left with now is 5. So you've locked all the numbers together in French. Knowing that 11, okay, in French is 11th, th. We, in the English language, although we switch after, we have only 12. We have 12 and the French have 16. But they repeat. It's a repeat number because they're saying the minute they get to 70, they say 60 and then 10 again. So they come all the way back down to the beginning. They say 60 and then they come back down, they go to 10, and then they choose a number between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they don't choose a number between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because they say 60 and then they say 11 is one number. They say 60 and 12 is one number. So they go, the French go all the way back down to the 10 and then they say 11. But the actual thing of 11 is on each side of the center. 12 is on each side. 13 is on each side. 14 becomes the four corners. 15 becomes the hearts meeting. 16 is within the light. But 17 says back to 10 again, and all of a sudden we got ABC connecting to 7, 8, 9, or 1, 2, 3 connecting to 4, 5, and 6, the Federation of Lights, the Federation of Saturn Lights, of Saturday Night Lights, the Federation of Saturday Night Lights lights up in Mars. They have the Deimos and they have the Phobos. They have the memory and they have the bad memory. They have the good times and they have the bad times. They got Pluto's moons stuck to Mars. Pluto and Mars, number 84, it equals the number 32. 32 is a representation of 54. 32 is a representation of 54. 5 and 2 make 7. 3 and 4 is Earth and Mars. 5 and 2 is Jupiter and Venus. What else do we really need? What else do we really need? Should we start moving the fans and see how it runs into the world of our hearts? See the E, the delta E's? D's and E's right over here. The B's, I'm assuming, is when it opens the other way, it becomes the B. You see the with the line and without the line? See the way each left-hand corner? See what 3.75 does? And all these numbers that I talk about are all perfectly matched on the floor right over there. That's not just any drawing, my friends. That is not just any drawing. That is specifically taken out from this world as one of the most recognized associations that you will ever find anywhere, guaranteed 100% based on their knowledge. That's what that is. Oh, what is it? You ever see one of these? It's the roulette wheel. $35, $66, $75, 2014. $51, $57, $75. $17, $76. $37. It's on this side. I'm not looking. 37, 39, 37, 39, 37, 39, 37, 39, 37, 39. Wow. Well, they only did that so when the ball falls that the numbers will... You sure? Obviously, only because of this is the reason. Because of how they set it up here, right? Not only that, don't forget, they had to do it perfect. Black and red, red and black, odd and not even, even and not odd. 4, 9, 6, 3. Tell me when it starts to sound the same, okay? I'll do it as far as I can go. 9, 7, 7, 2, 3, 5, 7, 4, 9, 3, 3, 6, 7, 7, 5, 8, 5, 5. You wouldn't follow any of that, right? Because these numbers have to be changed again. Every time there's a zero, there's only one number, add 6. Because you only have one house. You need 2 in the house. There's 2 in every house here. How many in the house? There's house of 2. Everybody's got 2. Oh, you only got 1. Now you got to have 2. You have 2 positions in every single one. Balance of the wheel. The total number on this is, forget of just regular numbers, is 36. But 1 to 9 is 9 numbers. You have 36. That means there's 27, 10 and above. 27 by 2 is 54, the number to the sun. 54 and 9 is 63 numbers. 36 and 27 is that 63. We just did that number on paper. The numbers are immaculate. Thank God for the numbers, and I can remember how some of the numbers go together, because this has nothing to do. 47 time with me. 34 one time. The angle of the cube and the cat behind the gate inside the B world of DC. Man, red, creation 6 is the AC power comes out divided in his creation between the 2 worlds of 72 times 5, 360 of time. And he comes out as the light. The one light in the E world of the IO. 5 and 6 is Aleph. And inside I bring 40. I bring with me the light of Christ. I am one. In 2014, you are the egg, and you are the egg. Doesn't actually mean what I'm saying. That's my quick synopsis of my own reality. But please, my own reality. This is my own reality. TV, I speak only what I see is the truth. What I understand is the truth. I share it because I need brains. I don't need smart brains. I need wanting to know brains. We put our brains together and we piece things apart and we piece them back together so we can have a better visual. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Why won't that card fall off? Does it want me to show you what it is? It's an upside down tree. It's an upside down tree. My lungs, an upside down tree. Oh, it's looking at me. Can you see it looking? Oh my God, it's looking 2 eyes, and there's the nose looking at you. It's the body. The other part is missing. Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. So we ended this video. You saw that little cigarette. I didn't touch the button. I took 1 puff. That's it, man. That's like, what do I need any more for? 48 minutes. Oh, God. You think you have a hard time putting up with that length of time? Fast for me. Thank you.